Greatest teacher or teachers, who or what?
These days, my greatest teacher is my own inner silence.
Really?
If I want to know something, I go into silence. I still go into silence. I went to a monastery in Thailand and became a monk for a month. I went begging for my food, shaved my head.
You did that last year, right?
Yes. And we used to meditate from midnight to 4 in the morning on our personal death. You know, and
What?
we used to meditate on death. And the reason was to recognize...
From midnight to 4 in the morning?
Yeah, and then we'd go take a bath in the water, in the stream, because there were no showers. And then we go begging on the streets. And then we
What was that like for you?
Oh, it was so beautiful because, you know, you felt that people, when you touch your own humility and you shed all your social masks, that
so
you
find... shaved your head. I know you sent me a picture.
Yeah. I shaved my head.
Which I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, I shaved my head. I was barefoot, you know, and I told my head monk, who was half my age, he said, how was it walking on the streets? I said, it hurts because I never walked on the forest and the streets without shoes. And he says, you know, it hurts on the foot that's down, and then the foot that's up, the lift one, that feels really good. Focus on that one. And I did that, you know, and I realized that all pain and pleasure is where you put your attention.
Wow.
Okay, the simple things, you know. And meditating on death, it made me realize that whatever I'm looking at is going to be gone. The way what I'm seeing, and sorry to say this, but, you know, 100 years from now, nobody here will be there. You and I won't be there, and this world will go on, and sunshine will be there, and sun will rise, and morning will blossom and spring will come. So when you recognize the impermanence of this particular body mindset, it immediately throws you into the present. So
that's got to be the most, I mean, just hearing you describe it sounds like the most humbling experience, especially coming from where you and I come from. You live in the Americanized world.
But
where
it's
you have
sobering, isn't it? It takes you out of the melodrama into sobriety.
I mean, if
really
I were placed in a position where I now have to go out on the street and beg for food and have to be humbled to the position of not having control over everything, it's got to be sobering and humbling. Did it change you?
Yes, yes. It made me more, this is what we learned on the last day. I mean, with all my books, everything I've written, this is what the monk said to me on the last day. He says, the most important time in your life is now. The most important person in your life is the one you're looking at right now. The most important thing that you can do in your life is what you're doing now. The best way to prepare for the future is to be totally present now. And he says, forget all your learnings. Just remember that now is the moment that never ends.
Ooh,
and,
I love that.
You know, I left with that simple lesson. So that's how I live.